I once read a comment which said Momoshiki could be referring to Naruto when he mentions those blue eyes. The point here was that Naruto could force Boruto to leave the village and everything behind and start a new life somewhere, as his parents are not safe around him due to the Otsutsuki curse. But with the introduction of this new character Eida, we have found a whole new way to analyze Momoshiki's prophecy, and that's what this video is about, so subscribe to not miss any future content, and let's begin. In chapter 67, when Momoshiki used his powers to bring Boruto back to life, they again had a conversation about the prediction about some blue eyes taking everything away from Boruto. One thing that I observed is that Boruto hasn't told anyone about this pesky prediction of Momoshiki, most likely because he doesn't want to erupt any panicking situation. Even in chapter 68, while explaining his revival to Amado and the others, he didn't say a word about the tragic fate that Momoshiki warned him about. In some earlier videos, I talked about the possibility of the blue eyes referring to Boruto's vision and witnessing everything turning to dust in front of him. But this time I think the blue eyes is a reference made about a person, and in this case it could be none other than Eida, the girl with moon-shaped eyes who was modified by scientist Amado to possess a terrifying ability of making anyone fall for her, excluding her blood relatives and Otsutsukis. Now the question is, how would this new character, who as of now just wants to confess her love to the red karma guy, do something that will change Boruto's life forever? Well, to understand that, we will need to take a look at the prologue scene where the village has been destroyed and the guy who devoted his life to the Hokage is seemingly the main culprit here. If this sequence from the future was what Momoshiki was referring to when he said those blue eyes will indeed take everything away from Boruto, then we can assume that Eida definitely has a big role in it. So what I think is that Kawaki and Eida are going to be a power couple, as Kawaki is definitely gonna accept the Moon-Eyed girl's love, and the real mess will begin eventually after that. Eida assumes Kawaki's love for her could be true cause he won't be infatuated by her ability since he is an 80% Otsutsuki being. But what if this assumption of Eida is wrong and Kawaki will fall for her after being a victim to her lustful ability? And the reason I think that is because there should be some clear basis for Boruto to be called 100% pure Otsutsuki, while Kawaki is still referred to as 80% Otsutsuki. What I think is that Aida's ability could only be bypassed by beings who are 100% Otsutsukis and nothing less than that. This would make Kawaki hastily fall in love with Eida, and since the red karma guy has only witnessed hatred and tragedy till he met Naruto, Eida would most likely have a positive impact on his life as his partner. Love would drive Kawaki so crazy that the entire destruction of Shinobi world would be ruled out by Eida and executed by Kawaki himself. But as we know about the Naruto logic, every villain is a misunderstood hero, and the same thing could happen in Kawaki and Aida's case. There have been unknown Otsutsukis foreshadowed in the series before, and they could be making their debut sooner or later. Those new Otsutsukis would be after the chakra fruits of earth, so to eliminate the root cause of the problem, Eida would recommend Kawaki to send all the chakra wielders to some new dimension, or maybe Kawaki sends the chakra wielders or shinobis to his new place cause he wants to nullify their chakra composition in order to save the world from further Otsutsuki invasions. All of these events would go dreadfully against Boruto's will, and he would regard Kawaki's way of handling the situation as too harsh. It's shown in the timeskip sequence that Boruto had never expected Kawaki to go this far, but since the worst has already happened, he decides to fight him one-on-one in order to re-establish the shinobi system on Earth. Another possibility could be that after going head over heels in Aida's love, Kawaki would decide to bring in the cyborg age, and that would require to end the era of shinobis. Kawaki must have been manipulated by Eida, which could have made him to see the shinobi system as a danger to world peace, cause countless people have been dying over the ages under the shinobi regime. Boruto would be the conservative here, while Kawaki and Eida would become sort of revolutionaries, and the fate of the shinobi world would lie in the hands of the person who would win the fight of the prologue scene.